Record. Hey guys, I am chilling with the band. Barry, what's good?
Hey guys.
We're in Boise, Idaho, and I'm joined by these amazing winners. Guys, what's good? Give them a little peace sign.
Yeah.
Say your name all at once. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Mary.
Oh my gosh. You guys entered to win. You're here live with us, and you guys have some questions for the band Perry, which is really exciting. We're all about celebrating My Drive, which is super exciting. Quick, where do your hands go on the steering wheel? 9 and 3.
9 and 3.
There will be more trivia like this, so you need to be on point, okay? Eyebrows on fleek. Let's get started though. Destiny, you have a question for the band Perry, correct?
Yes.
Oh crap.
One more time, Destiny.
What was everybody's first car?
Hey Destiny, I'm Kimberly. It's nice to meet you. My first car, I'm the oldest in the family, so I started driving first. My first car was a powder blue, could have aired on the purple side, station wagon Volvo that doubled as like a tank. I mean, gratefully, I was never in a car wreck, but had I been, I'm pretty sure the other guy would have gotten more damage because that car was just indestructible. I know.
I just like put that in my memory bank. Apocalypse, Volvo, station
And
wagon.
then my first car was a Jeep. Jeep Sahara, I think, right? Black.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Black.
Very cool first car.
Yeah.
And then mine was a Wagoneer, Jeep Wagoneer, but the gas gauge didn't work, so you had to remember last time you filled it up, so you didn't run out. So it would like go down to like a tank, and then it wouldn't tell you.
You had to know like the tricks of the
Yeah, well,
car.
our speed gauge doesn't work.
So you just judge it.
Oh, that's the worst. Well, my first car.
Follow the car telling you.
You're right.
My first car is a Nissan Xterra, and I'm still currently driving it.
I love it.
It's all white. I mean, like, it's not broke, so, like...
Does the gas gauge work?
Everything works.
Okay.
Oh, actually, except for the engine right now, so...
That's not important.
It just happened. It's okay, I'm gonna fix
That's
it.
something like
Well, there's Lyft and Uber, you know, and now that... Anyways. Jennifer, raise your peace sign. Where are you, girl? Jennifer?
Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer is she's the ghost, actually. Oh, here.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh, well, we're gonna get back to Jennifer. She's gonna resurrect. Jake? Jake, you here?
Yep.
Jake the dog? Jake, ask us your question.
What's your favorite song from the Pioneer album?
The favorite song from the Pioneer album. We probably each have different ones. We kind of each have different babies on that project. Mine would probably be, okay, I don't want to go first.
Okay, I'll say it. I love that one. That's a very rambunctious one. It's the first song we play in our set, so it gets everyone in a good kind of feisty mood for the show. It's really cool. It's the one that people put their fists in the air.
Ooh.
Shout. Yeah,
It is.
it's the fist pumper.
And there's like a grunt. I don't know if y'all have heard it. There's like a grunt, I guess, or a noise that Cameron makes at the end.
Utter disgust.
I will say, out of any part in that song, that is the one that they mention. And Kimberly thinks she should get like extra credit for
Well,
that.
just writing credit, period, because Reed and Neil actually wrote on. Kicked me out of the room on that one. So I think since everybody talks about the one, syllable
Is not in the dictionary.
that I
not.
contribute,
I say she gets extra credit for going on.
Thank you, new best friend. Reed, what about you?
I think deserves those credits.
Mine would be Back to Me Without You, which is, I guess, one of the first ones we wrote for it. So I just love that song. Anytime we get to play it, it's fun.
And my favorite would be actually the last track on Pioneer. Name of the song is End of Time. AKA the Southern Apocalypse. It talks about
Get your Volvo.
the very end of the world. And there it just has a lot of imagery that we love. It talks about the Alabama moon falling from the sky.
Zombies.
And the sweet tea wells running dry. We love sweet tea. We're sweet tea enthusiasts,
And
and
that
so
would be the other one.
like we were just bound and determined to work something about sweet tea onto the record, and it happened at the end of time.
That's amazing. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Okay, well, let's see. Who else is... Did Jackie ever come back? Oh, probably Jackie. Okay. Oh, no, Jennifer. I was thinking of Jennifer. Is Jackie here?
Here.
Hey, Jackie.
All right, Jackie, shoot your question.
What is your favorite thing about each other?
About each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
About each
Can
other.
we give our favorite and our least favorite?
Well, we have an hour. Let's go.
Siblings.
Neil, what's your favorite thing about that?
Okay, my favorite thing about Reed. I'll start with Reed.
We can go jointly too.
Can we do? Okay.
Let's say our favorite thing about Reed.
Our favorite thing about Reed is.
I would say his persistence. Because here's the thing about Reed. Neil and I are very emotional, and Reed is very diplomatic. Okay, so sometimes Neil and I
Diplomatic.
will. No, pure emotion. Like,
Yeah.
we're like bookends. We're just alike, as much as we hate to admit it. But Neil and I, so we'll like run with an emotional idea, creative idea, and we'll get so excited
We
about
won't
it.
think about it as much.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, that's
And then
amazing.
Reed will go, well, let's think about this for a second. But we get so mad at him for doing that. But I kid you not, like at least 8 out of 10 times, I won't give him that much credit.
No,
At
he
least
is.
6 out of 10 times he's right.
At
And
least
so
4 out of 10 times. That's right.
I appreciate the diplomacy because we need that. Sometimes.
Kimberly.
Very.
What about Kimberly?
Her cooking.
Yes. She has a red velvet cake. That's amazing. And it's secret. She won't give it out to anybody.
In fact, even on the recipe, I didn't write down 2 of the steps because I don't want anybody to ever figure it out.
If it fell in the wrong hands, they still won't have it.
And her stalking abilities. That's another good
Well, let's
thing.
explain that.
That's
Facebook stalking.
Yes.
You're a girl. It's kind of instinct.
We can find out anything about me.
Yeah. All your secrets, not safe. Actually, just found out your 2 steps for that recipe you're talking about. Thanks for letting me know. I was like, is it 2 or is it 3? Just kidding.
And then Neil. My favorite thing about Neil.
I think
Where
Neil
do you
has
start?
the most positive attitude out of all 3 of us. Even when the mood of the room doesn't call for it, he will always crack a joke.
And everyone laughs.
Well, no,
Really?
sometimes even everyone laughs. But yeah, so that's a good thing.
No, Neil's all heart. I mean, I would say, we talk a lot about I am sort of brass tacks from time to time, and so would Reed, but Neil's always heart. We need that. It's a good balance.
Sometimes Neil, he in another life would be an actor, and so like there are moments like we're in a business meeting or something like that where he's envisioning himself like in a movie and like has a character in mind.
It's happening right now.
It's like right
actually.
now. He's like whether it's like The Godfather or like one of the Wall Street movies, he like is embodying some character.
Look at this drama.
So
You
that's
see
what
that?
it is.
Very
This is that.
intense.
What's that Atlas?
Jennifer.
One of the world.
Oh, the thinker?
The Thinker.
Neil. Is that what it is?
That's what I.
Anyway, moving on.
Everyone, all at once. Let's get in Neil's head.
Go Neil.
That was good. I liked it. Thank you for that moment. Okay, is I hope someone got a screenshot of that. Great.
I'm
Wait, let's do it again. Someone get a screenshot. Ready? Good. I heard some clicks. Did Jennifer come back?
I think we lost her.
Really? I
I thought we got. Yeah,
I
that
thought-
looks
We have a new face.
third to the left.
Yeah. Jennifer?
Jennifer.
She's here.
Hey.
Hi. Jennifer, ask your question.
My question, right?
Screen froze.
Okay.
Oh, we can hear you. What'd you say?
My question was,
Mm-hmm.
What was your most inspirational song to write? Right, Jennifer?
That's what I thought she said.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thanks, Jennifer.
I would say My Die Young was a really inspirational song to be a part of. Mainly because, ironic with its title, we really wrote it about celebrating life and making sure that we're making the most of every single minute that we're here. And so for us, it's always been kind of this litmus test that we think about every night when we sing it. It's like, okay, have we done everything today? Have we loved enough today? Have we poured into our music enough today? So that was kind of what If I Die Young meant to us, but it's been really inspirational to hear all the different stories and the way that people have really almost held the hand of the song to walk them through a time of loss, or I don't know, even sometimes it just encourages them about life and living. So it's been a really interesting song.
Yeah, the way that it's written, like whenever I listen to it, it evokes a lot of emotion. It's a very inspirational, like good feel type of song, very reflective.
Yeah, it's
cool.
so funny too, because some nights you'll look out at the crowd and it's very emotional, like in a heavy way, and there'll be lots of tears. But then the next night, everybody will be singing with smiles on their faces. So I just think it's really interesting. I know some of my favorite songs have always been ones that mean different things to me at different times in life. And so that song gratefully has gotten to be that for people on some really special days.
Super empowering. Yeah, that's awesome.
Fun. What about you, dude?
No, I agree.
Songs?
Amen.
Amen.
Whoa!
We agreed on something.
We agreed on something.
Me too.
No, you're adopted sister now, officially.
I have one.
Oh, you're coming on stage tonight.
I got a tambourine thing going. I told him. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. I got the tambourine skills.
Okay.
Jensen.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yo, boy, ask your question.
I was just wondering, at what age did you guys decide you wanted to form a band?
Well, you know,
Band.
we're two brothers and a sister.
Oh my god.
What the heck?
I don't know what just happened, but it feels like hey, they're back. That's something. Thank you.
Squirrel
You're
eyes.
ruining it. Right in the middle of my question. You're just like, anyway.
So how did you know you wanted to form a band?
Okay,
That was from you.
so we were two brothers. We still are.
Yes.
Two brothers and a sister. And so basically we all grew up under the same roof. And because I'm the oldest, I started the first band. When I was 15, there were a bunch of these. Okay, let me just be honest. So my boyfriend in high school was a bass player.
Yeah.
And they had this little band, and they didn't have a lead singer. So they asked me to be the lead singer. And gratefully, my time in the band stuck much longer than the relationship did. And so basically the band would come over. I mean, it happens, right? And I'm so glad it did. But the band would always practice at my house in the living room. And so Neil would have been, you would have been 10 years old at the time. And so all of a sudden, when the drummer and the bass player in the band would get up to like a bathroom break, go get water, get on their phone, Reed and Neil would sit down. And so the three of us would just start jamming, even though like I was still kind of in this band, and you guys had your own band as well.
Yeah, you band cheated.
I was band cheating.
Band cheated.
So I think we always knew from that moment, like eventually it's going to be the three of us.
But we would travel
sure
around,
about
yeah.
that?
We traveled around the southeast where Neil's in my band. We would open up for Kimberly's
Well,
and
tell them about
hers.
your band and tell them about mine. So tell
Well,
them
it's
about
called
your
the Mobile Music Machine. We're from Mobile, Alabama. Great name.
You see what we did there?
Branding.
Yeah. But,
Like
I mean, the reason we actually didn't join up sooner was because we were actually a lot shorter than Kimberly, so it looked weird on stage.
Yeah,
So I had this
But she's not really tall, so we were really short.
We were really short. So we got in another band with, like, you know, about 4 other bowl cut, with about 4 other bowl cut haircut kids. And so what? And after about 7 years.
After about 7 years, all those other boys, they got girlfriends. They all pursued college careers at that point, and
Which
I
is a
made
good
it.
idea.
It's a great idea, but I made a decision because I was the first to not do college things.
School of Rock.
Yeah, School of Rock and Roll, and that was the moment that we became band together. Simply that.
That's awesome.
That was a long story.
That was a long story.
Did we tell that correctly? I think so.
We in pieces.
Oh. Well, you're welcome to go.
You were doing your thing. You were like,
He was. What actor were you embodying during that moment?
there was a little bit of Zoolander.
I love it.
Yes,
I
it
saw.
was.
I was looking, and the whole time he's like,
Yeah.
Give him your
Kimberly.
I feel like when a girl's trying to get hot in a photo, she's like,
There's no duck lips.
whoa, no, it's a new thing. It's a new thing where they like,
Purse.
yeah, it looks. It's not even. It's. They try
Someone
and
said
make their
if you
lips
say
fluffy.
prune.
I
you
think
know,
if you say
people
prune,
would-
Yeah, I do fit. Sometimes I do it
Is it
just
like
to be
this?
silly, but
No.
it's like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't want to do it anymore. It's making me feel scared. Well, that's so cool. That's awesome. So wait, when did you guys? At what age did you get taller? Become taller?
What is the
About 15 is probably
You're asking
whenever.
me, I don't know.
Well, we know when we joined forces as
The
military.
math is a little.
Somewhere there, but we would travel around. Our dad actually would set up all our gear and run sound, and our parents bought this like 36-foot motorhome. And so there were about 16 kids who couldn't drive, so they would
They
pile
haul us
all of us
around.
onto this bus
Amazing.
and travel around, or motorhome, not a bus, and travel around the southeast because none of
That's
us could drive.
amazing. How cool.
Yeah.
It's like an endless road trip.
Yes. Oh man, what a cool experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love you for that. That's cool. Okay, Joshua,
Yes.
you had a question?
Yes. Do you prefer connecting with a big audience or a small audience?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think different venues for different reasons. I think for the larger ones, you get to have your full production, you get to have all the lights, all the risers, all the cool stairs, and the fog jets. Those are really cool.
You like
I like the fog jets.
It's a lot easier to connect with a smaller audience because I feel like you can actually talk one-on-one to individual people in the crowd, whereas when you're playing a bigger venue, it's all, hey, how's everyone doing?
It's more grandiose. It's just kind of a different kind of conversation, you know. It's like smaller crowds. It's like talking to your best friend. It's very intimate and close. And like Reed said, yeah, bigger crowd is just it's more grandiose. It's a different style of performance. We love them both, but I love the fact that we get to do both at the same time.
No, definitely.
What about you?
Big crowds.
Big crowds or small crowds?
Ooh. Let's see. I've only ever performed 3 times. First time it was really scary. Second time was awesome. Third time was horrible.
Well, so then you're in
I saw you this time.
Your next performance is going to be amazing.
Yeah, hopefully. It's like takes the doesn't matter. You saw me at VidCon?
Yeah, I saw you sing. That was awesome.
That was probably my favorite one. VidCon performance was really cool because everyone was so excited, and I felt like that was like, these are my people.
Yeah.
Even my first performance, it was at Playlist, which is
I
another
was there.
form of a YouTube con, and I was really horrible. Like I almost cried and walked off stage, but everyone was like,
Great. Awesome.
and it was like my community people, these awesome guys. So I felt like encouraged. Like, I'm gonna finish it for you.
Better than Beyonce. Isn't that all
That's
we're
like the ultimate.
we're trying to
I
aspire
Kimberly wants to
every
be
day?
Beyonce.
Yeah, kind of. They have that T-shirt, you know. It's like always be yourself. Unless of course you can be Beyonce, then always be
Then
Beyonce.
be Beyonce. Oh man, and that girl knows how to work. She's pretty good.
She is a great dancer. I have put a lot of heart into
She's
What she lacks in talent, she makes up for in heart.
yeah, like a lot of hearts.
Girls, what about the hair flips?
I got the hair flip. You know that move I really want to learn right now, that death drop. Have you seen it?
Oh my god.
You guys want to
You know what it is?
What is it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's worth a Google. Like you just check it out. I don't even know how to explain it. So you basically fall flat on your back, and it looks like you're falling.
But you somehow catch
Why would it
yourself
slow
with your
motion?
leg.
I'm sure it hurts a
We
little.
tried it on the bus last week.
Wear a helmet, kids, if you want to do the death drop. I would. Anyways. So speaking about performing, you guys are going to be doing a private concert, which is going to be super freaking cool, for 2 lucky high schools, right?
Yes. Yeah, with Celebrate My Drive, we actually, it's this big thing going on right now where you guys, students, are encouraging principals,
Teachers.
and school administrators to sign up your school, high schools, and that's going to go through October 7th. And then there's going to be this 1 week that starts October 15th through the 24th, where everybody can pledge to be a safe driver. 2 eyes on the road, 2 hands on the wheel, 3 and 9.
And that's in the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, but not text and drive. Like that is the biggest commitment here. And then for the 2 schools that get the most commitments, we're gonna show them. We're gonna come do a private show.
You get out of
I'm
school.
so
I
excited.
like
Yeah, we're gonna be the assembly for like an hour
We're
and
the
a half.
pep rally.
Mhm.
Are you guys going to bring pizza?
Sure.
Pizza, pom pom.
Pizza, candy, it's going to be crazy.
Watermelon, Megan.
Oh, water, that's kind of...
Is that your thing, watermelon?
So you're gonna bring watermelon and not strawberries.
so weird. my
So talk to us about this watermelon.
What are your thoughts on cantaloupe?
I'm allergic.
Oh my god.
Me too, Megan. You're not alone.
Here with me. Watermelon's so
Thanks to
good.
Manchego.
And Manchego cheese. Watermelon is awesome. I can eat it every day. I actually have.
You put salt on it?
Well, I'm Mexican, despite my appearance. That was about December, but I really am Mexican. My mom's albino. But we have this tahini sauce, or not sauce, but it's like a powder that you put on your melon, and it's like
No way.
it's like spicy and sweet and salty and delicious. Try it.
I need to try that.
It does not like watermelon.
I can't do
I
it.
will not eat it.
It's the texture.
Guys, he doesn't mean that. It's
Yeah.
okay. We're gonna let this one slide.
Yeah, I had to cover your ears.
His head doing the death drop.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's okay.
I
Whoa.
don't like watermelon.
Just let
Cantaloupe.
it sink in.
I love cantaloupe.
Well then, I never eat all my cantaloupe, so I mean, like, I never
Okay.
even touch it. You can actually.
It's like a team effort.
This will be
You take
amazing.
the watermelon,
Maybe
I'll
it'll
take
be
cantaloupe.
perfect. Yeah, the bowl, like, it's a majority cantaloupe, and I just pick out the watermelon.
Okay, sweet.
This is a destiny.
Yeah.
I never know what to do with the cantaloupe. This is
Don't
great.
have to go to waste.
Okay, so are you guys any nerds here?
Nerds?
You're the biggest.
You're the biggest nerd?
Probably.
But I think we're
What do we
nerds
mean by
about
nerd?
different things. Like, we always
I
say,
don't
Neil.
Careful, sister.
Are we meaning like comic book nerds or
Neil's like
like?
Lord of the Rings-ish
Yeah.
nerd. And Harry Potter, he's like, he still has
I would say
trading
Lord of the.
cards.
How many trading cards do you have?
1400.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I've collected all 150 Pokemon cards, including the holographics. Yeah.
Yeah, holographics.
There you go.
We can relate.
Brings back
We're
memories.
Yeah.
we're bonding. We're gonna do something really fun. So I did this a couple weeks ago with the Maze Runner cast, and we did nerd trivia. But they had to do a maze as they were answering these questions.
Oh boy.
So these are gonna come pretty rapid fire. You guys should
Collaborate or we against each other?
you guys, what should they do? Should they collaborate, or like should we give them points?
We love to get.
Against each other.
Against each other.
Against each other? I think so too. You guys are gonna know all the answers to these questions, so it wouldn't be fair if you joined in, but who can keep track of the score? Yeah. Who wants to keep track of the score?
I don't have a brain.
I guess she's not for sure.
Jensen will keep track. Okay, you guys
Oh,
ready?
okay, I will.
I think, hold on.
You sound very confident.
These are the nerdiest questions
Okay.
that we can muster. And
I'm gonna
I
win.
hope there's no history ones because
Are there history?
I'm not so good at that. But anyway, let's
that's a different kind of nerd. Okay, ready? If you
Yeah.
have the question, lift up your hand.
Okay.
Ready? Ooh.
No, I was
Oh,
practicing.
confidence. Okay. What colors are on the Rubik's Cube?
White, yellow, red, green, and blue.
there's an orange.
The majority.
No
That's
point.
I typed that word and done. I should get credit for that.
No.
Okay, name one of the original starter Pokemon and its final evolved form.
Okay, I don't have this.
We don't know Pokemon.
Can I look it up?
No.
No.
Okay, wait, you want to try it? I want to see someone
Is
try
it?
Ask the question.
Is it Pichu or Pichu? Oh, it's the little yellow. The yellow background.
Sauron.
Oh, perfect. You got it.
Oh, yeah. That's the one.
Close enough.
He gets 2 points. Does he get 2 points?
No, he doesn't get a point.
Okay.
But that was, I really loved your attempt. That was awesome. That one was funny. Okay, what does Harry Potter's wand have a core of?
Dragon Heartstring. No, Phoenix Feather.
Yeah! There you go.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
I think Hermione's had the
Yeah,
And you played her
Emma Watson.
and what about your love for him?
Who doesn't love Emma Watson right now?
Right?
Seriously?
Kimberly.
I love him. What are you
You would love to have her as a
sister?
sister.
Woman
No,
crush.
fine.
Just be bad if she loved to read.
Okay, moving on. What is the princess's name in the video game Legend of Zelda?
Ooh.
Princess Peach.
Can I have a hint?
It's Zelda!
Yeah, no, but
Wait,
duh.
no,
No, but we need to
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's
What
okay.
what pets does Daenerys Targaryen have in Game of Thrones?
Dragons.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
You might get this one. Guys left out.
So
Let her
we'll
try.
let her have
Scores
the
it
first.
2-2.
No, it's
2
like
to 3.
3.
Yeah. Jensen 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was counting. Okay. Which X-Men character has the power to control weather?
Storm. Neil.
It was my
Halle Berry.
Storm.
I also meant the actor.
What?
That came as well.
No photos.
Neil's killing it.
You might get this
Killing
one.
it on the daily.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try.
This one could be a word puzzle, so pick up on what I'm laying down. In Avatar, The Last Airbender, what do you call the power to control wind?
Airbender.
Yeah!
That was a question. There wasn't an answer.
Going.
Airbender.
Give me a point for that.
Yep. He's going. He's over here. Got a smart shit over here.
Let me see. Let's do one last question. Just to
Okay, one last.
one last one.
They're so simple.
True or false? Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia are brother and sister.
True.
It's true.
I had my hand raised though.
It's true. I knew that.
I like how you were comment selected. Like, it is true. I second that. So I think
Okay, so
who won?
Who won?
Neil definitely won. Neil, yeah, he won by like a lot.
By 3.
He won by 3. Neil won by 3.
You won. And
Neil won.
in my defense, did I not point him out as the nerd of the family?
Yes, you did. It was the
I'm
fair
proud.
Thanks for making
I'm a
us
proud nerd.
We are,
Mad.
right? Everyone nerds.
Nerds unite.
That's right. Okay, let's get to another question. Did we already take a question from Maddie, I believe?
No.
No. Okay, Maddie, hit us with your question.
What was the best performance you have ever performed?
The best performance. There's been a lot of really fun ones. I think one of our favorite ones would have been, what do you think, the Dunn performance?
Yeah, on the award show.
Yeah, we did this performance on the ACMs, which would have been 2013 of Dunn, and we had this really cool moment where we had all this pyro coming down behind us and like this curtain, and we did this thing with our band, which is very like militant, and we all turned one direction, and it was like really, militant dance moves. We didn't get down too much, but like it was just this really fun moment where we were all kind of uniform.
But we started in these things called toasters, which aren't
heard
like,
of those.
but like they throw you out of the like floor.
No!
Yeah.
Justin
Like,
Bieber
yeah.
does that, and I was like, oh my god.
So they only couldn't talk to like 99%. We only were like 26.
They probably can't even hear me.
On our
We literally,
Did anyone else hear that?
not the first time. We didn't land on our.
well, so get this. So we did a run probably 30 seconds before we went live, and so we tried jumping out of them again. So Kimberly did it. She landed hers. Neil's didn't even go off, and I fell down.
And this was literally
the
30
first
seconds
time that we
before.
all stuck the landing was
On the show.
on live. And like you heard, as soon as we hit the landing, we started all our branding crew side are screaming, "Yeah! We're good, stuck the landing." So that was.
You guys should check it out.
Hey guys. Oh my god. Come. I'm sorry, that was my mom.
Hi, Mom.
She's just
Come
gonna take
on,
over
hey
like
guys.
Always trying to steal the thunder. Let's see. Mary.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Mom's still talking.
My question would be, what is your strangest fan encounter?
Strangest fan encounter.
Today we met. It was awesome.
I'm trying to think. Like strangest.
I mean, we a pretty odd one.
I mean, we've signed some strange stuff.
Toilet seats.
Somebody brought a toilet seat through a signing line one time, and we
San
were like,
Francisco.
I mean, is this used? Is this new? Like,
Is it
yeah. And that was a very interesting signing line. We won't talk too much about it, but it was just got really interesting. But I think we've had like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Like, it's always fun when people come through like a tattooed in the lyrics.
Yeah,
Like, we haven't had any faces
What do you mean, face tattoos?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't seen this.
Yeah, right.
And this is kind of what we're talking about, that awkward fan.
Yeah, true.
But I'm trying to think.
Well, one thing we're doing right now is asking a lot of our fans. All of a sudden, we've started to get all these Polaroid pictures in our meet and greet. And so on our tour bus, we're making basically a fan wallpaper on all the walls on the bus. And so we're trying to like collect as many Polaroids from fans as possible.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of hard to find Polaroid cameras.
It is.
Yeah.
So we'll take any kind of pictures. We just want fan wallpaper. I think it's a really fun thing.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
That's awesome. I think my craziest fan experience was I was at Disneyland, and I was like really enjoying my churro, like as you do at Disneyland. And I'm going and I'm walking to Space Mountain, and all of a sudden someone starts screaming, and I was like, ooh, I was getting ready to like look, because the like family drama that happens at Disneyland is like it should be a reality show. It's so good. So I'm like eating my churro, I hear someone screaming, I'm like, ooh, what's happening? And there's this little girl who's running at me. I got so scared, and she ran and she jumped on me and gave me a huge hug. And I'm thinking, you know, like, if I I would probably do that to Tina Fey. So like I
Drop your churro.
I don't know what happened next. I was really frightened. I thought she was gonna try and like punch me or something. We're getting ready. And then she was like, oh, I'm like, don't ever do that again. You really, really scared me. And what if I felt bad? Yeah, but that was really.
I'm glad you didn't punch her.
Yeah.
What if I punched her? Oh my gosh, YouTubers are playing at Disneyland. Drops churro.
Okay, favorite ride at Disneyland?
Ooh, soaring over California.
That's amazing.
That's the one where you're like on that glider, right?
We've
It's like
actually
a
never
glider.
been to Disneyland. We've been to
Disney World.
I've been to
Yes, Disney World, represent.
So we took a trip to Disney World as our celebration for signing our record deal, and so it was just the three of us. And I mean, we literally were done every single park by 3 o'clock.
We had like studied strategy.
We knew exactly what to do.
That's what you have to do. You have to have game plan when you go.
We were like the first 50 in and all that.
Speaking of soaring, because when we were there, they had just opened the one at, is it in June? Yeah, is it
In the one in Florida.
No. It's in Epcot.
is where it is. And so for the first 50 people in line, if you got to ride soaring twice before the park even
So we heard
opens.
it twice.
That's
Three of us
amazing.
We're a good team.
You legend. Wait, did it smell like oranges?
Floating.
That's my favorite part.
Wait, what smell?
Like where they have the
You
smell.
fly over and
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
Sealed in.
I was like,
He
what
was
are you
so
talking about?
You were like, you were in your pose.
Disney World, Florida.
You were live when you were watching, or when you were riding on it. What about you?
Okay, so again, we haven't been to Disneyland, just Disney World.
Expedition
Rock and
Everest.
roll.
Yeah,
like
that's
Expedition Everest.
no.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's the
Rocky Roller Coaster.
there's
No, I'll tell you, my favorite was the Toy Story.
Me too.
Shooting gallery.
Oh, so fun.
so good.
Yeah, we have that. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't he army riding?
Well, we had to wait in line for 2
Oh,
hours.
it's a
Yeah, so it goes good with
It's like,
yes.
yeah.
You're like on this little cart, and there's like a plastic computer
Oh,
gun on it.
so
Which we were holding
9
at
and 3.
9 and 3.
Yeah.
That was my next question. Were you driving skate?
We
Okay,
were.
so not
And it was
driving.
2 and 2. We need all the kids. I said,
2 and 2. I like it. Okay, appreciate it. Okay, wait, let's go back to the questions. Destiny. Got a question, girl?
Oh yeah. How do you guys, or what do you do like on your tour bus?
Besides the deck shop.
Besides the death drop. Well, you know, we are actually pretty responsible artists, so we get up pretty early. The 3 of us share a bus, and so I would say we get up at 8:30. Well, we call that early. It's kind of early. And the first thing we do is we go and work out because we dread that every day, so we just like get it done. And then we come back to the bus and we write music. Right now we're working on our 5th record. So our entire afternoon is kind of like sitting in a circle in the living room in the bus and just writing all day long. We also have to, you guys play video games.
Video
I was
games.
just asking, like, what video games do you play?
Currently, it is Black Ops.
Black Ops.
2 is zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, our band.
Black Ops 2.
Oh yeah, boy.
That's it. That and football. College football.
Watching all the
And Mortal Kombat.
Ooh,
Yes, Mortal Kombat.
I got a blood blister playing Dead or Alive because I naturally know the combos, you know, so I like pretty good.
So are you into the zombies?
Films after that.
You know, zombies. It's a big thing right now.
Yeah, zombies. I just did a short film with zombies, but I did play this one game like Evil Within, and like things are like some zombie hybrids. It was so scary.
Left 4 Dead.
Combination. Memorize combinations. You just push a button. So something happens.
Well, I have a certain like. Can I share secrets?
Okay. I just push the buttons. I've memorized one if I just do that over again and then just
really?
get
Well, I have like there's a few like some movements that you go to, but then like sometimes in between that you can just button mash and be pretty safe. It's just kind of finding the degree. Is Super Smash fan?
I'm not.
No?
Yeah, well that's probably because I've never played.
It's pretty easy. Okay, well, let's see. Jennifer, you have a question.
Yeah. Oh. How did you come up with your band name?
How do we come up with the band
Their band name. Well, first of
We're
all,
all Perrys.
we are all Perrys. That is our last name. And when it came time to name the band, we tried out names like, well, first of all, we spent like 3 whole days with just pages and pages. We had things like Bleeding Kansas.
Mother's Revenge.
They also sound like punk rock
Mother's
names.
Revenge?
Half of us love, but it was like, this does not sound like the name of the band that was
By the way,
music.
Flowers and Rivers can come up with a great band name. Like if you just
Yeah, if you look at like flower names,
like
river
Yeah.
names. I thought you meant like if flowers can actually
No.
like a band name.
Oh, I thought you meant the band name was almost Flowers and
Flowers.
Rivers.
Yeah, no.
What I mean, you look at like the an encyclopedia.
Mother's Revenge, Flowers.
Yeah, right.
Rainbows and Ponies.
We knew we wanted to be in there because that is our family name. But then there were all, like on MySpace back then, there were all these bands with like the Perry band.
Katy
And so-
Perry.
Yeah, well, Katy Perry. And so it was just like, we know that we want the word bands in there because we're our band. We don't just stand and play instruments. And so we just looked at it, and that's where we got the band Perry. And for the first, couple years, everybody's really confused. They were like, wait, so is it just Perry? Or is it all 3 words?
Is it just band hair?
Yeah. No, actually, people shorten it to band.
It does get confused because like Walmart and Target is E section or B section.
Oh.
It depends on the store.
A P is a learner.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Look everywhere.
Yeah.
Just look everywhere until you find it.
Look, buy 5 of them.
Consider it the Band Period Challenge.
Yes.
You can find to be the quickest. That's the
Yeah.
It works, it works. Wait for it. Jake.
I'm here.
Hi, Jake.
Present. Jake, what's your favorite color?
If you could live anywhere, where would you live and why?
Where would we live if we could live anywhere? Okay, I don't want to go first.
Read.
They make me walk into every room first, by the way.
Well,
They think I'm the greatest. Well, that's true.
I'm kind of an introvert. You said you were an introvert. I'm an introvert by nature, but like an extrovert by career choice.
It's
Yeah,
like,
me too.
for meet and
Totally.
greets and all
So you
that,
go
they're
first.
like meet you first because they're like.
But you're kind of introverted too. Why do you not go first? You're total extrovert.
No, I'm not.
Anyway,
really
back
not.
to the question.
Back to
I would,
It's complicated, guys.
I would live in Washington D.C. I love that city. So
It's because you watched House of
yeah, I
Cards
love
and you
House
really
of
want
Cards.
If I could live anywhere, I would probably have to pick 2 places that are my favorites. One, we actually live in a town called Greenville, Tennessee, which is nestled in the mountains over East Tennessee, and it kind of, that was very poetic, nestled. It's kind of my favorite place on the planet. It's quiet and peaceful. But if I could go anywhere else, it would probably have to be somewhere in Italy. I love Italy. I've only ever been to Rome, but it seems like a really romantic country to live in. So,
What is it? Vienna?
Vienna. I haven't been, but
Is
I've
that
heard it's
where I went?
gorgeous.
It's on the hillside. I think that's, guys, I don't know where I was, but it was just like miles and miles of vineyards. And we got there at the top of this hill right when the sun was setting. And it looked like a painting. You ever see something so beautiful that you like blink and you're like, no way.
You Instagram it?
I did. It's on Instagram. Yeah. In Italy, it was gorgeous. Maybe I'm thinking of what? Who knows?
Any of those are like magical. I haven't been, but I have to. We pack us in your suitcase the next time you
Yeah,
come.
I will.
We'll sing you to sleep every night.
We're
gonna love
it. We'll nerd out. We'll put
Yeah,
videos in. Oh my god.
And we'll teach you like
We'll
everything.
teach me all
We'll
that.
teach you everything.
What about you?
Me, Scotland, because I love the accents.
Do it.
Don't
Go ahead.
do this. Wait.
Or Brooklyn.
No.
Forget about it.
That's like Jersey. That's
Forget
No,
about it.
you're Scottish.
Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, it's a little more.
Yes,
Forget
boy.
about it. Forget about it.
Please don't do so. It's just like.
You know when you say don't do it, you're just
Why?
really telling me do.
Do it.
Okay, you guys can judge it. Tell him what you think about this accent.
Freedom for the golden country.
You sound a little Mexican. Not like on your heart.
Okay,
Well, I got one.
okay, go.
If you could change your fate, would ya?
Yes.
I'm Irish. I'm Scottish.
It's the girl from Brave.
I see you, Megan. I got that.
I think she's Irish.
No, I'm pretty sure she's Scottish.
Listen, you're gonna lose it this time. I said
You just got
Just kidding. No, that was pretty good. Scotland is pretty great. I've been there before. I had to roll barrels up a hill, and there was horse poop on them.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Scotland has it's a little bit. That's when I got eliminated from the race in Scotland.
Yeah.
But haggis, really good. You should try it. Despite what's in it, it's pretty tasty.
What is it?
Is that the same thing as blood pudding? What's haggis?
It's like liver, heart, things that I don't want to see ever again. But you get in a little like intestine. I do that meat and then. It was good. It was good. Everyone.
The boys tried blood pudding.
Black pudding.
Black pudding.
Yes.
What would I think it is?
It is blood.
Is it good?
Yes.
But it tastes like Thanksgiving dressing.
I tried. I'm not very much.
Yeah, I don't think I could be big enough to
We tried it actually. We were on a ferry between Ireland and England, and they had like little fast food restaurants on the ferry,
But-
and they had it there.
Black pudding on a ferry has to be like
I know.
sushi in the desert.
I know. I
Yeah,
tried
it's
it.
bad.
I
That's
tried
bad.
it.
We did have it at a legitimate restaurant. It was better.
It was kind of like McDonald's hash browns.
Ooh.
That's what it. That was it.
Ooh.
I'm like, I can't wait to eat this now. He
There's like a
said his question. Chicken, everything tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Jackie, what's your question?
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Favorite childhood memory. Well, we shared a lot together. We were talking about this the other day, actually. With the wagon incident.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
There was
Not the wagon incident.
Oh, wagon incident too. You go first.
Good share.
Did yours involve riding in the wagon?
Does it involve going down a hill very fast?
Okay.
Why don't you tell the story?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so when we were really little, Kimberly was the big bossy sister, and so she decided to take us down
Or the
this,
leader. It's also known as the
Like you
leader.
or bossy.
Oh,
So she
also know
decided
that.
to take us down this really steep hill on a wagon. And so I was in the very back, Reed was sitting in the middle, and Kimberly was at the front. We were all
and
she was
steer it with the handle.
she was sitting on it, and so we go
Yeah.
down.
3 and 9.
Before.
You did have 2 and 2, so you were, you're doing all the right things. But we were going straight down a hill, and we went into a creek.
But I'll
We
say that
tipped into a creek.
Oh,
at the top of the hill, I specifically remember asking Kimberly, do you think we really should be doing
I
this?
said I got this.
And she says, quiet, I got this.
But what happened
30
was,
seconds
when
later,
you're
we're
steering
falling.
here, it's a very approximate steering system.
You were aiming for
Especially two big guys in the back.
I mean, you're still alive, so I'm thankful for the experience. First of all.
Okay, wagon.
Oh yeah, mine was less exciting, but I was my brother was pulling me in the wagon, and I was like, feeling my fingers in the dirt, and then all of a sudden my finger like stopped, or actually the wagon stopped, and we couldn't figure out why, and my brother jerked it. Yeah, and my finger was in the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, you told you told that before.
I was disgusting, and it pulled off all the skin on my finger. But like, I was in elementary school, so it was really cool whenever people had like glasses or like a cast, and then everyone was
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I was like, what?
If you had a scar or something like that, you were all cool.
Yeah, I was like, maybe people can find it, but it just looked gross, so I was just like, maybe not. I just actually looked stupid. I didn't look that cool.
I love it. No, you're right. Casts are so cool, and I always thought, like when I was in elementary school and we were getting closer to middle school, that you could only be a cheerleader if you had braces. And so I remember that, like, my
That
cousin,
does make sense.
my cousin got
Yeah,
braces,
yeah.
and I didn't have
And she
any.
got on the
And she got on the
cheerleading
cheerleading squad, and I was so jealous that I didn't get to have braces. I learned
Eventually you
later
did.
that I had those like fang teeth, that grow up here. And
Oh no.
vampire heart, folks.
Blood brothers.
Yeah, I'm right.
Nice.
So, but then I learned that wasn't true, the whole braces thing. But it did feel cool when I had them. So.
But when you got them off, how awesome were
It
you?
was so slimy. Did you have them?
Yeah, I was just like,
You're
so
so
smooth.
Did you eat
Yes.
recently? we did. We chewed gum.
Oh,
We
yeah.
ate chip.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they
I
told
think
us
those were more
not
like
to.
suggestions
Those are
instead of like
racist
rules.
Wow, I didn't. Dang it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
they,
know my rubber
yeah,
bands.
they told me all that, but I was just like, nope, I'm still gonna eat all the stuff.
I wouldn't wear my rubber bands. Those would hurt because then I smile a lot, and the rubber bands are great.
Yeah.
In social situations in high school, when you're talking to your crush, you
Yeah, exactly.
We would get
It off the
multiple
base.
colors. So like 4th of July, we would get like red, white.
Glow in the dark rubber
bands.
bands.
Yeah.
Did you ever get those?
I stuck to silver because I just didn't want any more of a
Me
tradition.
too. Yeah, I did the exact same thing. I was like, I don't want people looking at my mouth more than it needs to be.
Yeah,
You know?
that was weird. I was like, oh, just go silver. But you guys,
Yeah,
Glow
we
in the
were
dark.
a lot of pride in our braces.
obviously. Jensen, what's your question?
Me? Oh,
You.
yeah, I think I have another one somewhere. Yeah, well, like overall, what is your guys' biggest accomplishment in your music career?
Biggest accomplishment. You know, we're so goal oriented. I feel like we set new things that we want to achieve every day. But if I could say one thing we're real grateful for, it would probably be this year's ACM Awards, which is one of the Country Music Awards. We got to win for Group of the Year, which is really special.
Awesome.
Because it's voted on by other country artists and the country.
your peers.
Yeah, your peers.
That's
So
awesome.
it's kind of a cool thing. I was like, oh, we really feel like part of the family. And
Well, it's really cool too because this is our going into 16th year, I think. So it was really cool for everyone who was involved from the very beginning. You know, whether someone just helped us, you know, set up a show or it was kind of a victory for everybody. So that was the cool thing.
And we got to kind of talk about that in the thank you speech. We talked about, you know, this is a mountaintop moment for us, and it's so sweet because we started at the very bottom of the mountain, you know, and we really experienced each step of time, which I know you were talking about the same thing with your career and just building it and getting to meet all you guys. So it was a sweet moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, anytime there's, like, when I was, like, on the race or, you know, yesterday when my song was on TV, it feels like a victory for everyone because everyone was, like, tuning in to watch the show. And, like, we can celebrate that together, right?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. So I totally get that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Joshua, what is your question?
What differs between both of your albums, The Vampire and Pioneer, and which album do you like more?
Well, they're both our baby.
They are. We say songs are like your children. Some are prettier than others.
We ask our mother.
But you love them all equally.
And who are you talking about, Reed?
Yeah, I would like to know.
All of
We
us.
always ask our mother which one of us is the favorite. She won't ever admit it, but it's
We just seem more eye to eye with this.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Yep.
Oh, I know. Well, I would have to say, so we love them both equally, right, for different reasons, but the big differences between the two, I think, really come from the way that we approach the music in the studio. The first album is much more acoustic-driven, and we were playing a lot of, like, theaters and clubs when we put out our first record, small venues, and so when the second album came around, we were getting to play amphitheaters and arenas, and so we knew that the sound needed to grow bigger to be able to sound bigger in those rooms. And so we grew up on country, but we also grew up on rock and roll. And so Queen, the band Queen, was a big influence for us on the second album, which meant more electric guitars, bigger drums,
Crazier vocals,
crazy background vocals, where Neil can sing like
and grunts.
Yeah,
and grunts.
It's really the biggest difference between first records and grunts.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
The grunts went from here to here. So.
But I'll say probably the picking favorite, it depends. You know, the first album gave us If I Die Young, but the second album gave us, you know, songs like Done that we were able to play, you know, big and loud.
Yeah. So we'll see what album 3 holds. You know, I think they each have their own personalities, just like you said, a lot like your different kids in the family. And already the third album has a lot of energy, of course, but Pioneer was a little bit more difficult for us to write. It was more like we felt like with the second album, you're writing for survival. And with the third album, it's like we're just having a really good time, and I think the songs are reflecting that. So,
You got anything else?
Like live, you mean?
Well, just in
new
general.
sounds, always something new.
Yeah.
We have a lot of new collaborators on this third record and new relationships that we're exploring in the writing and recording room. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. But we just take one step at a time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a minute.
There you go. Well, that's exciting. Maddie, do you have a question?
Oh, yeah. What was your favorite song to write?
Oh no. I think it was.
We can say it again.
Where was the best performance you've ever performed? Was that her?
No, she did that last go around.
Okay.
I think our favorite song probably differs for the three of us. You want to go first?
Yeah. Probably on the first. Let me think about it. Reed, you go. I always have to think about my answers before I can just give them.
I feel like actually off of the second album, Pioneer, the song Pioneer is probably my favorite just because we wrote it early in the process, but it's funny how looking back on it when we were finally recording and, just kind of being the underdog of the process, that song really was a lifeline for us, and I guess we were kind of talking to ourselves in the future without even knowing it. Yeah, we did, but that song was a really special one to write.
My favorite song that I've ever written, I actually wrote when I was 5 years old, and it's called Bunny Rabbits Aren't Nice.
Oh, no.
There's a video of it.
Easter song. We do have a video of it, which should circulate at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm like holding this little bunny rabbit. Her name was Beatrice, and I was singing it to her.
Do you want to just sing a little part of
It
it?
was like, bunnies are nice. It was, for a 5-year-old, come on, that's talent.
And that's your favorite song?
Great.
Yeah, I felt like it was leading into something like.
Yeah, well, it did. So, what about you?
Real song.
Real song.
That was a real song.
Just
it
hasn't been recognized yet.
It's just a smart song.
Probably for me.
Come on, you had two.
Bang Bang for Ariana Grande was a great one. I enjoyed
He didn't
that
write that one.
Dang, guys, follow along.
He didn't write that
He
one.
was trying to put those right there.
Like, dang.
Wait for that for 1 second.
Well, I was like, oh no, he's confused. He's just saying his favorite song, not the song he wrote. That's what I thought.
They didn't let me follow up with the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just any song.
Okay, done.
Okay.
There you go. I'll say it again. Done.
Nice, very nice. Okay, we have one last question. Guys, ready?
Sure.
It is.
Is this a nerd trivia?
No, it's not me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, actually, forget it. We don't have one last question. I'm gonna hit you guys with another one. Mary, what's your question?
What's your proudest moment as a band so far?
Proudest moment as a band. Well, we did have the opportunity we were invited to this thing called Country at the White House, and I don't
meet Obama.
We did. We got to meet the President and First Lady, but we didn't really know who else was going to be there, and it actually was in the East Room, where there's like the portraits of George and Martha Washington, like not even behind glass.
Beyonce was there?
No, Beyonce was there.
Beyonce was not.
But James Taylor was.
Yeah, that's kind of close.
And Chris Christopherson and Alison Krauss. Who else?
Lyle Lovett.
Lyle Lovett. And so we walk in for rehearsal, and my rehearsal, it was my favorite part because it was like we probably spent 5 hours in the East Room with like half of the people that we call our heroes, And so it was just this moment that we kind of like, wait, how did we get invited to this?
It's a real moment.
Really
One of the
special
funniest
moment.
things, Chris Christopherson has been doing this for years and years, and so he's sitting there, and his wife is sitting next to him, and they're watching all the other rehearsals, and his wife looks over to him and says, "I can't believe that you are the least prepared one here." And, he just goes up and plays like every single hit he's ever
Yeah,
played.
it was just phenomenal.
It's
so
funny.
I was nervous though during the actual performance because they had a lot of like legislators there, and of course President and First Lady and their whole family was on the front row. But that room is so thin that like they were literally like 2 to 3 feet right in front of us, and I spit all the time. Like S's, P's, forget it.
Yeah.
And so the whole time I'm just thinking like, President. Like this cannot happen. And
How do you control that? Just wondering. How do you control your T's, your P's, your
soft S's?
Soft
I was
S's.
nervous.
Soft S's.
That's legit though.
Yeah.
You just cut you sing it like halfway.
Yeah.
Or like, what is this skipping?
Leading off words.
But it was cool. I mean, it didn't happen. And they didn't like Secret Service did not escort me out. It was fine.
No, you didn't get tackled.
No.
Thanks to Soft S's.
That's a good t-shirt too.
Yeah. I got Soft
Was that your guys' unified answer?
On that note,
yeah, that actually was, but just because, like Neil said, we're going on 16 years here, and that's just one of those kind of kitchen moments where it's like, wow, it's really cool we're here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was pretty amazing. That we got to meet Paul McCartney.
What?
Grammys. That was
Wow.
I was really proud of
And
him.
all we could think to say was your favorite songwriter. It's not like
He's
we're
never
big
heard that
fans.
before.
What else are you gonna say? Like,
Well, I don't know.
yeah, how's the weather?
Yeah,
Something that would make
something,
us
something
happy.
better than that.
How's Ringo? Something like
But
that.
he's short though.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he looked really tall. It's like
He wasn't. I mean, we have no room to
How,
No, I mean, we're
how tall are
short.
you guys?
5'10" on a good day. I mean, we're like country music is like known for being really tall. We're like the short.
You sure
We're
you're
really
5'10"?
short.
You sure?
I said
Yeah,
on a good day.
I'm 5'9",
I'm
around there.
5'3".
I'm
But I-
4.
Are you?
So, yeah.
Do you wear 5-inch heels too to like be taller, or are you just like embracing?
Well, I like it all a lot, so I just, you know,
Gotcha.
anything that's closer to the ground, I'm just safe for. So.
Makes
You do the
sense.
death drop a lot?
Yeah, and unintentionally.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's true. Well, that's awesome, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope this was like a cool experience.
Yeah, it was awesome.
These in the future. Your questions were super, super great. And just like thinking back, you know, this Celebrate My Drive is something that is super, super important because I love you guys and everyone who's watching and texting and driving, even just fixing like the radio or getting lost in your thoughts, like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do tomorrow? You have to pay attention when you're on the road, and I want to see everyone live long, happy lives. So this is super, super important, really near and dear to my heart. And if you guys want to hang out with them, you guys need to ask your principals, your teachers, have them sign you up, and let's get those pledges going so you guys can get a private concert and $100,000 in funding. That's awesome. That's like Pizza Friday every Friday, every day. Well, who knows? Watermelon.
Cantaloupe.
Yeah, with that spicy powder.
Yeah, I'll make sure they distribute that. Like, I don't know. We'll see. It could be great.
Just don't put it in Ziploc bags. You might get the wrong message.
You guys, this is the first time you have met me. But I talk about food all the time.
What kind of girl?
Yeah,
love that.
my vlogs are just like basically me eating the whole time. It's the most of my day. Like, there's
Not a bad thing.
it's not a bad thing, right? But everyone's like, I can't watch Life for anymore because I get so hungry. But like whenever I eat, I have to vlog.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, where's my food? I've got none.
That's the reason why I'm not subscribed to Epic Mealtime.
Oh my gosh, have you heard of Epic Mealtime?
No.
I'm not.
They put bacon on everything, and then they put like Jack Daniels on everything too. But it's it's ridiculous because there's like bacon, more bacon, and it's just like piles and piles of bacon, and they eat it.
Like, you get really hungry, but then you also get really nauseous because, yeah.
It's a bad combination.
Yeah, not good.
I
At
love
least
bacon.
you should subscribe. But yeah, that's it. Do you guys want to say anything?
Just thank you guys so much for hanging out. And again, the Celebrate My Drive, spread the word to all your friends. It's a really cool campaign and a really important one. Now we got to take care of each other. And like we were saying, just put that cell phone when you're in the car. You guys check it out, Celebrate My Drive.
Yep.
That's right. Okay, last question. What's your favorite Pokemon? Make it up.
Pichu.
Gazuta!
Who was the answer?
Love you guys. Bye, guys.